Hi everybody, it's Boldelf here, and today I'll be bringing you a PvP on Ohana. Um, this was a ladder game I had the other day, and I managed to play it pretty well, I reckon. I ended up getting contained, and I think this replay shows us, some good play of breaking the contain. So yeah, so I plan on going so 12 or 13 gates, trying to get my warp gate a bit faster because I want to go into 3-gate robo, as I prefer that because it's usually a bit safer compared to the Stargate. Where I know Stargate is usually better in PvP because once you get the Phoenix out, it causes them to be on the defensive. Otherwise, they lose a lot of workers. But it just gives you some good detection for DTs and the Immortals to stop blink all-ins. But anyway, as you can see, throw down my cyber, throw down my other gate. It was slightly late, should have been on 19. Speed this up a little bit. But I kept my scout out there and saw that he had all 3 pylons, so I know he wasn't trying to proxy anything. Then I decided to set up my proxy pylons just so I could counter harass, just in case I got contained or forced to my side of the map. As you can see, army supply wise, I'm slightly ahead. Yeah. It's because it counts producing units, but I'm going to get 3 stalkers. Move to the other side of the map, and then warp in 3 more and do some harassment, see what I can get done. That's my usual method, because if they go greedy, then you can usually just kill them with continued stalker warp-ins. If not, then it's a good way of harassing early on. Unfortunately, when I did scout, I didn't see what tech he was going, which is blink, and that can turn quite bad quite quickly, because obviously if you get all your stalkers caught and they've got blink, it's usually really awkward to run away, and you can end up losing most of your army, and then he could just come and kill you. Let's speed this up. So here's warping on my proxy pylon. One of my gates was a little bit later than I would have liked, but I do manage to get all 6 out. I'm not sure. I think he was planning on expanding here because he's got 400 minerals. So I'll just snipe that probe. And because I kept mine close by, I could get a pylon in his base to keep up this aggression. Force some photon overcharge here. Now, I could take this time to expand, but unless I'm causing a real contain, I prefer to just get my get a decent army. A ball of stalkers to go aggressive with, and then start pumping out my immortals. Once I've got a few immortals, then I'll usually end up taking my natural, if I can't kill him outright, because PvP is usually the first person to take their natural usually dies. But once you get past that stage, then it's usually quite safe up until 3 base, and then it goes into a long macro game. See, my army supplies a bit more, but I've seen he's got blink, so I'm just going to bail, because he'll be able to just kite my shots, and then he'll start getting ahead. Luckily, he doesn't chase me, because he just wants to get rid of that pylon. So I managed to get out with, until this warp in, slightly more army supply. And because I've seen he's going blink stalkers, like I said, I wanted to get out, because if I don't have blink, I can't really fight him straight up. And I start pumping out my immortals. I managed to get out 2 observers during this, because until I saw the blink I was unsure what he was doing, and I just didn't want some DTs running into my base, and observers are always good for scouting. So I sent one. I always keep one at my base in case the DTs try and come in, and then I send one down in case he's got DTs to defend. Right. Here he's got a lot more army supply than me, but the Immortal did quite a number. Fortunately, he forced me up here. Just backing up because I have to fight here. I use the photon overcharge to give me that slight edge over his blink. But unfortunately he goes down the ramp. He doesn't bring his probe up to get the pylon on the high ground, because I think if he held the high ground, he would have killed me just with the blink stalkers alone. But he keeps backing down, so it gives me time to catch up on forces and take the top of the ramp. You see he proxies a Robo Bay, which I thought he might use for Immortals to try and break up, but he actually uses it to get out some Observers so they can blink up. But here, because I want to get the Immortals out, because I think that's the best way to deal with this, because since I don't have Blink, and Immortals are better for the late game, I wanted to start to get ahead in the Immortal supply. Fortunately, I've got my Observer over here, so I can see if he goes to take an Expander, he's still continuing with this, essentially like a Blink all-in, and he hasn't scouted this pylon down here, so I can stop it and warp in some Zealots when I'm feeling a bit more comfortable. I'm trying to set up a bit of a concave on the top of this ramp, so if he does try and force his way up, I'm going to get 3 shots off. Other than that, I think I do get a bit supply blocked in a minute. I've gone up to 5 gates, which is more than needed on a single base, because usually you can't keep up with that production, but I just wanted to get them out just for safety's sake, because if my macro slipped a bit, then I would have been completely fucked. But yeah, I'm pumping out the Immortals. I didn't realise he had that. I knew this was a fake. I didn't have an observer to see it because he's just sniped mine. But I knew based on his tech he wouldn't have, and how many Blink Stalkers he's putting in, he wouldn't have an Archon. So I'm guessing he was hoping I wouldn't put a force field down so he could get up without blinking and then fight me, and I still have the blinks up, but I forced him to blink on me here. His army supplies ahead by 7, but luckily the photon overcharge frightens him away. And I forced a photon overcharge over here because I warped in a Zealot into his mineral line, and that's caused the worker supply to become even. Let's see, he's trying to force his way up again. There's no way I could have held the ramp there. I'm just too shy on units. But I'm forcing out Zealots because I want the gas for the Immortals. Like I said, my Stalkers won't be as efficient as his because he's got Blink. And the Zealots cause him to micro more than I have to, because if the Zealots are just walking into him, it's always the person who's got the ranged units has to use more APM to deal with it than the player with melee units. And see, because I'm getting contained here, and I notice his Robo's up here, I decide to throw down a Dark Shrine when I can afford it, but obviously, like I said a moment, I want to get these Immortals out to keep these Blink Stalkers back. My supply is catching up nicely now. He's slightly oversaturated on his base, I believe. Yeah, for some reason he's got 4 in each gas. I don't know why he did that. So yeah, here he comes up again, and I've got another photon overcharge. See, sometimes it's better to fight with the Mothership Core for the added DPS, but I think if I didn't have that Mothership Core, I'd be dead long ago. So I usually prefer to keep it back unless I completely have to. But because he kept backing up, I just kept it behind the mineral line, the safe spot. So see, 33 versus 33, so you see I'm catching up with the army supply. He's just got Blink Stalkers and 1 sentry to try and contain me. So my army is more efficient, because later on you want Immortals, charge lots, and then like Archons or Colossus or something, and then later I think you just get rid of the Zealots and replace them with more Archons. And now that I went charge, which is probably a bit riskier, but like I said, I was using my gas for the Immortals, so I didn't want to waste it on Stalkers. So I wanted to make my Zealots more efficient, so it causes him to waste his blinks or be very cautious about coming up. And this also gives me a good reason to use my minerals. He still hasn't scouted this pylon here, which actually helps me out a lot in a minute, because I managed to warp in a few DTs and some Zealots to stop him expanding, because he looks like he wants to expand now that he realises he can't really force his way up my ramp because I'm getting too many Immortals. Because 4 Immortals one-shot a Stalker, so he's not going to be able to blink. Let's see. Neither of us have got upgrades. He spent 300 minerals on cannons just to try and stop my Zealot harass. as you can see here. Let's see if he... I think he's just seen the blur then. Yeah, unfortunately it gets, you can see them, but I use my DT to supply block him in a minute. My other zealots scared him so much that he doesn't want to expand. As you can see, that caused another photon overcharge as well, so if I manage to break out, then I could just come straight down here and he's going to have a lot less photon overcharge. My army supply has actually overtaken his now, and because of the supply block and the fact that he wanted to expand, he's floating a lot more minerals than me. So here I just run down as quick as I can before he can get that force field off. And my zealots managed to get up in the grill, so I've pulled back here so my mortars can get shots off. And luckily for me, because I've got more and his detection is out of place, my DT managed to get quite a few shots off as well. So I pause this back and I turn them into an Archon so that he can't contain me anymore. But it was just too much. That's usually if you fail to contain, you can fall behind drastically, and this caused him to GG out. Especially because his robo's in a bad position because he proxied it. So I would have taken this out straight away and ran straight to his base. I know he hasn't got an expansion because I've got a pylon block in here and a zealot block in here. So I know as soon as I took the army out, he's too far behind to stop me, and I was just going to run across, warp in a load here, and then just finish him off, or even just contain him, take my own, and I'm still ahead in tech because I've got immortals. I can get Archons out, and I could even start going for Colossus if I wanted, because he's just lost so much money in trying to hold that contain. Anyway, thanks for watching. If you like the video, I'd appreciate a like and even share if you would. I stream Monday, Wednesday and Friday on Twitch. That's twitch.tv/boldelf. I'm currently pretty high diamond. Obviously the ladder's just started, but I'm aiming for Masters this season. So yeah, if you'd like to see any other matchups or anything, let me know in the comments down below. But other than that, catch you later. Cheers.